Peace and welcome to another video. I hope this finds you in good health wherever you are in this world. Today's video we'll be talking about how to make a basic sleeve pattern. You will need the usual tools, the pattern paper, rulers, pens, scissors, and tape measure. My mannequin happens to be a size 6 in US standard measurements, and this is what I used. Starting off, I draw a baseline, which is usually the starting point, and then from there I get another line in the middle or perpendicular to it, and this will be the length of the sleeve. So you mark the length of the sleeve there. So in my case I use 20 inches. Then again, from the top of the line I mark the cup height, which happens to be 6.1 inches. You will extend a line from this point, and this line will be your bicep width. Then you are going to find the midpoint between the bicep and the wrist. Once you get that midpoint, you're going to mark it, and from that midpoint go up by 0.5 inches. Please ignore that initial point there. On this new point, extend a line, and this line is going to be your elbow line. Extend the last line, which will be your wrist line. And of course, it's always a good idea to mark the lines and label them, and for future reference. Next is to input the round measurements. Then starting with the bicep, you get the bicep width, divide by 2. Then the measurement you get, you put it on the opposite sides of the straight line. Find it easier to get the half measurement of something by dividing the tape measure into 2. This is faster for me and it works for me. Next is the elbow width, and you see me dividing that measurement into half by folding the tape measure and using it. Whatever I get, I put on both sides of the line. I'll do the same for the width as well. Next step is connecting these lines, and you do this by drawing a straight line through them. We are now going to use the patterns we made in the first video, and we're going to find the arm side measurement. Using a flexi curve, I find the measurements of the curved area. Of course, it would be wise to write the measurement down for both sides. That was the back, and now that was the front, and now I'm going to measure for the back. At this point, we are going to need a formula. The measurement you got for the front plus the back, they divide by 2. Then the measurement that you get, you minus 0.2. With the measurement you got, draw lines from the top meeting the bicep points. And on these new lines you created, you divide them into 4. In my case, I find it easier to first of all find the midpoint of the line, then from the midpoint, find the midpoints of the other 2 parts. So in this case now, I found the midpoint, then I'll divide the small line into half again, and then I do the same on the other side. Now I have 4 equal parts. And you're going to do the same thing for the other side. Divide it into 4 equal parts. Find the midpoint of the first line, then divide the 2 other sections into half, and you have 4 equal parts. At this point, you can decide which part you want to be the front and which part you want to be the back. And of course, it's always a good idea to label. In order to create the sleeve curve, I'm going to start from the top on the back side by going up 0.6 inches on the first point, then 0.3 inches on the middle point, and then on the lower side of the back, I'm going to go down 0.4 inches. This will enable me to create a curve for the back side. Do the same thing for the front, but on the front part, the first point will be 0.8 inches, then the middle point will be 0.3 inches, and then on the inner part of the front is going to be 0.5 inches. At this point, you can choose to use your free hand or a curved ruler and connect the points, the upper points and then the lower point. Connect them together to create that curve. And smooth any part that you feel needs smoothening, and do this for both the front and the back. The final step now is to add a 0.5 sewing allowance all through the pattern, and this is what you see me doing here. Once you're done adding the sewing allowance or the seam allowance, it's now time to cut out the pattern. At this juncture, you're basically done and your sleeve pattern is complete. You can use this sleeve pattern to create as many types of sleeves as you would like. You can alter it and create and use it for slash and spread, whatever you would like. At this point, I want to see if my sleeve pattern will match up with my basic block. Using the back, I'm going to check and see, or rather I'm going to through it to see if all the points meet up and if it fits together. If any alterations are needed, then I can go ahead and make the adjustments. And that looks like it fits perfectly, so I don't need to make any adjustments on the sleeve pattern. And I'll do the same for the front and see if it matches up well. And voila, we are done, and that's the end of the tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a lot, and if you have any questions, please ask me in the comment section and I'll be more than glad to help you out. Thank you.